Being a car guy has always been a little bit of a blessing and a curse. Now, the blessing, of course, is the cars themselves, the experiences that I've had with the cars, the people I've met through the hobby, and just the overall car culture that I've always enjoyed. I've been a car guy since I was a child, playing with Tonka trucks when I was 5 years old, slot car sets. When I was 11, I already knew what car I wanted to buy when I was old enough to buy one. And I've had a classic muscle car continuously through my life for 50 years. Not always the same car, but I've always had one. In 2022, I wanted to buy a new Bronco, but I couldn't get one. And the ones that the dealers had were marked up between $10,000 and $20,000 over invoice, and I certainly wasn't paying that. So I looked into ordering a two-door Outer Banks, and I was told, expect at least a year wait. So instead of waiting a year for a Bronco, I decided to buy a BMW X3. Now, I'd never owned a BMW. I've always heard they're great cars. So I thought, well, I'll try one. My BMW has been a great car. The interior is absolutely gorgeous. It has all the features and comfort you would expect from a premium SUV. And my experience with it has been very positive. However, it's just a car. It's not anything super special. It's a really nice car, but it's just a car. So what I'm going to do in a few minutes, in the middle of the night, is I'm going to grab my dog Max, and we're going to drive 800 miles to Pueblo, Colorado, to buy a 2024 red two-door Bronco Heritage. That's the curse of being a car guy, because we don't always make logical decisions. We make emotional decisions. So in a few minutes, I'm off to Colorado in the middle of the night. I'm off to Colorado. The first stop will be Flagstaff, and I'll probably top off with fuel there. So it's I-17 to Flagstaff, then I'll get on to I-40. I'll take I-40 to where it branches with I-25, and take I-25 up through Santa Fe up to Pueblo. It's going to take me about 12 hours, plus whatever time it takes me to stop. So I'll probably have to get gas twice. I'll probably have to pee every 2 hours. So try to get to Pueblo before noon. Got my co-pilot Max with me. Time to go. Stopping in Flagstaff to top off. I'm on I-40. Just crossed over into New Mexico. It is cold outside. It is 18 degrees. Still got a long ways to go. 12:46 in the morning. Coming up on Albuquerque, coming down the hill. So I want to get off on 25 North. Hopefully it's easy to find and easy to get on there. Over halfway, still got 5 hours to go. I have crossed over into Colorado. Getting closer. – I've asked Alpine Ford to turn me around as quickly as possible, so I want to get back on the road. So I'm not doing a real in-depth look at the car, just looking it over for blemishes, scratches, things like that, stains. Other than that, I'm just trying to get back on the road. Well, all right, paperwork's done. Fill it up with gas, get on the road. Transferring all my stuff out of my X3, former X3, into my new Bronco. Alpine Ford is a big dealership. Got a lot of cars on the lot. My new Bronco. I woke up Max. Starting that long drive home. Bronco had 18 miles on it when I bought it, so I'm pretty interested to see what it's going to get for gas mileage. So far with 65 miles on the car, it's getting 17.3. If you're into trains, there's a big old string of BNSF hoppers here. The interesting thing is, a lot of these hoppers are still in their pre-merger Burlington Northern paint. With the rail being double-tracked close to the road, I thought I would see some trains, but haven't seen a one. I'm not personally much of a fan of winter, and I do not like the cold. It's a good thing I'm getting out of here because they have warnings for a snowstorm tonight, and I don't want to be part of that. New Mexico. I hope the Bronco has enough range to get from gas station to gas station. There's a whole lot of empty space in between towns. I was getting a little bit worried. New Mexico's a bad place if you got a gas hog. Oh, is that right? Is that right? I like how the displays change for night use. I would like to see how configurable the instrument cluster is, the digital part. It would be nice if I could squeeze the digital speedometer over, add the trip meter and the info, and also add the gauges. I'll have to see about that. Oh, finally coming up on the Arizona border. In a long drive.
Make a U-turn if possible.
Wow! time for the last leg. I am ready to get home. 2.5 more hours, be home. I'm home! What a trip. 824 miles times 2, 1,648 miles total. Bronco got 17.7 miles per gallon. Of course, that's padded a little bit by going downhill the last 150 miles. It says 17.4 over here. I suspect that's probably closer to actual. Oh, it's good to be home. What a trip. I was up for 32 hours straight. Drove 1,600 miles. That last hour was rough. I started hallucinating. So it's really good to be home. So the Bronco fits pretty nicely into the garage. I have to fold the mirrors to get it in, otherwise it's too wide. And this cabinet right here, I'm going to have to trim the bottom of the cabinet because the window, the door window, hits the bottom of the cabinet. So if I trim the bottom of the cabinet up about 1 inch, I'll get clearance for the window. So I'll have to get out here with a jigsaw and do a little bit of surgery. Otherwise, it's all good. And although the Bronco is wider than the BMW X3, if I fold the mirrors in, I have plenty of room to walk around. Well, you can see I have plenty of space in front of the Bronco between it and my 1977 BMW R75. Now, I bought this little proximity sensor here of Amazon, and I had to put an extension on it to get the probe out past the seat. And that'll just tell me when to stop. So I have enough clearance to close the garage door, but it leaves me enough room here where I can walk past the front of the car. I don't have a whole lot of plans for it. It's going to get a trailer hitch. I'll add those parachute grabs to go above the doors. I'll add those. I'll get some black ones. Other than that, I can't really think of anything right offhand that the car needs. So with that being said, the journey is done. The Bronco's home. And any updates I do to the Bronco, I'll post videos of those. So I want to thank you for watching. Pretty happy with it. Glad to have it in my modest collection here. And it looks pretty darn good in the garage. Next to my motorcycles, my Rally 350, and my Trans Am. So thanks for watching.